5 feet in a
55
big
feet. Wow.
This is Mammoth.
This whole family gonna be on YouTube.
Hey, now I could
Now
climb
guys,
that
if you
rock.
happen to be sitting on the left, I want you to take a look way down at the bottom toward the right. What you're going to see is a big cavern down there. Can you see that?
Yes.
That's where the water's coming
Yes.
from. Now, if you're sitting on the right,
So deep.
man, you should have sat
Okay,
on the
now you
left.
can
You
see
can't
it.
see any of that.
Yeah, we just get
That is-
twisted.
It's so
Don't
deep.
turn around. I'm messing with you.
Wow.
Very deep.
What did you mean?
There's a statue over there.
Oh, the statue? Yeah, I saw the statue.
What are you doing to me?
Oh, look at that pristine white limestone down there. Oh, my gosh. 500.
Now, if you're sitting on the right, you should start to see that cavern down here.
I see it.
Now, here's the interesting thing about this spring. 550 million gallons a day coming out of here. But when you look at this spring closer, it sure doesn't look like it, does it?
No.
In fact, it looks
doesn't.
downright serene and
Except the
quiet down here.
foliage, because the foliage is laid over.
Well, there's a couple things that actually have you fooled. First thing is the water's coming out 50 feet below us. In other words, it's coming out of that cavern down there, so we're not getting any movement up this high. We can't feel it. But the main thing that's got you fooled is the water itself.
What?
That water is perfectly clear. There's no debris in that water whatsoever. In fact, if you look closely, there's not even any bubbles in that water. So if you can't see anything in the water,
Just in
it's
Bujubi.
very difficult to tell how fast that water is moving. In fact, you can't. But this one spring, guys, that we're hovering over, is responsible for 2/3 of this entire river.
One spring, 2/3 of the river.
In other words, most of this river. In other
Fascinating.
words, if you had an Olympic-sized swimming pool, this spring could fill that pool in about 45 seconds.
Wow.
That's a lot of water.
Fascinating.
45 seconds.
How about Anna? How about just a normal pool?
Oh, there it is. There's the grotto.
Pretty good, isn't it? The sun isn't doing us any favors. I can hardly see down there.
A kiddie pool.
Now, guys, I do have one more thing I want to show you before we're done today. And I apologize for the evening light. This isn't about as good as we're going to get, though, I'm afraid. So it's going to be hard to see these things, but we're going to try anyway. And back in the mid-'60s, there was a television show called I Spy on TV. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. You remember that?
I've heard of the name
too
I
young.
Spy.
Anyway, all right. So if you don't remember that, that was a series back in the '60s, and they filmed one episode of that series right here at Silver Springs. Now the script for this particular episode called for some statues to be built underwater for the filming of this one particular episode. So what they did is they built these statues in about 30 feet of water. These statues themselves, they're about 7 to 8 feet tall. And they were named after 3 Greek gods: Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they built these statues, guys, they didn't build them out of concrete or marble or, you know, stuff that you would normally build statues out of.
I thought they
What they
were.
actually built these things out of was fiberglass.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why were they building out of fiberglass, of all things? Anybody want to take a shot at that one?
Much lighter.
That's exactly right. They're lighter. You got to remember, these are movie props that I'm about to show you. So light was important to them. In concrete, well, that wasn't going to happen. That was way too heavy to be putting down here because they had to handle them. Now, look closely. If you look
Of course.
in just a few seconds here, you're going to see our
right
3 resident movie stars. This is Zeus. Boy, that sun is right in my face.
You're right over them.
This is Zeus, Poseidon, and and Hades. Now, I'm going to take a couple passes here because we're a little bit too far to the right.
Where am I
here.
not looking?
This way.
Yeah, we're waiting for you, sir.
I can't even see where I'm going, so
Now
bear
you
with me.
guys on the left side are sitting on.
Oh, I see our Caesar statue.
I'm glad you did.
All right, let's try that again.
Okay,
Now we
so
got the
turn
sun behind us. This is a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, tell me which one's
See, you
Caesar.
making it up.
I see the top of one. Okay, there they
Now
are.
here's the cool thing about these guys. This is not the only thing that they
Yeah,
filmed
I
with
see
these
him. I
statues.
see him.
Because a few years went by, and then a couple of James Bond movies wanted to film here. 2 of them. And those two movies were called Moonraker and Never Say Never Again.
Because Zeus is
Both of those Bond films have scenes in them with these
God
very
of the
same
all
statues.
gods.
Oh, really?
Right here where you're looking.
Sure.
And then it's
They were actually they're all they actually look like statues in the movies. They're covered up with moss
He's
now.
away from everything.
And actually, our divers clean those up about once a month. They're